Okay, good morning, class. So at this point we spoke about the sequence and series and all the and recapped on what we have done last year. So all of those things remains the same. Okay. So at this point you guys have completed example 1, which is on page, sorry, on page 4. However, we're doing the examples 4 page exercise 1 on page 5. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so the question says, consider the arithmetic sequence 2, 6, 10 and 14. What is the common difference? So how do I move from one term to the next? You're adding 4. Not so? So therefore, the answer to number 1, your common difference is simply 4. You all agree with that? And how do we work out the common difference? We know that your common difference is going to be T3 minus T2 is equal to T2 minus T1. People, if that is not equal, then it's not considered as a common difference. Does it make sense? Number 2, state the value of the next 2 terms in the sequence. So if I add 4 to 14, what do I get? 18. If I add 4 again? 22. Number 3. Determine the formula for the nth term of the sequence. So what is the general formula for an arithmetic sequence? Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 d. What is your a value? 2. Why is your a value 2? Because that's the first term. The a would be the first term of the sequence plus n minus 1 times. What's your d value? 4. So it's just a matter of tidying that up a bit. So it's going to be 4n, and 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So that's a general term. You all agree with that? Let's look at number 4. Number 4 says determine the value of the 25th term of the sequence. So what did we say? What does n denote? Term number, with the position number. So the 25th term is 325. So it will be 4 times 25 minus 2. What's 4 times 25? 100 minus 2 is 98. Okay. Let's look at number 5. Which term has a value of 46? So that the nth term is 46. So Tn. So I say Tn is equal to, what am I calculating here? N. I'm calculating n here, the term number. Okay? So what is Tn? 4n minus 2, of course, is equal to 46. So in this case, I'm solving for n. 46 plus 2 is 48. So n works out to be 12. What does that mean? Therefore, T12 is equal to 48. You all agree with that? Right. Let's look at number 6. Briefly explain why the value of n is not, why the value of n in the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1d can only be a whole number. So why can that only be a whole number? Because n denotes the position number, term number. You understand that? So can we have a position or somebody coming in at 6.5 or 6 1/4? No. It's either your first, second, third, fourth, or so on. Do you guys understand? Do we get the people that comes in at a negative value? Can we have somebody standing at or coming in a race at -5, in position -5? No. Okay? So as n denotes position number, therefore it has to be an element of natural numbers. Okay. If we're looking at in number 7, we are told is 72 a term in the sequence? Justify your answer. So that again we said equal to Tn. So if Tn is equal to 72, what are we calculating here, people? We're calculating n again. What is your Tn? Will be 4n minus 2 is equal to 72. Take 2 over the equal sign, so 4n is equal to 74. Divided by 4. So n is equal to, goes 1, carry 3, says 32 is 8.5. So can we have, do we have an 18.5 position in this term number, in this general term? No. So since n has to be an element of natural numbers, therefore that won't be the case. So you can say therefore there's no term in the sequence that is equal to 72. Okay, which in other words, if I extend this term, the sequence, if I extend that sequence, there won't be a term in that sequence which is equal to 72. Does it make sense? Alright. Just let me know when you're confused. Okay. So let's look at the next example. This is example 2, and example 2 is on page 5. Example 2 is on page 5. So we are told that consider the arithmetic sequence. You got 3x minus 1, 5x minus 2, and 4x plus 3. So here we are given a general term in terms of algebraic expressions. Can you see that? So this is term 1. That's term 1, term 2, and term 3. Okay. Determine the value of x. Okay, so in other words, must solve for x. Alright. So, if this is an arithmetic progression or arithmetic sequence, what is exclusive to arithmetic sequences? There's a common difference. So, if we look at the common difference, how do you work out the common difference? Is T3 minus T2 equals T2 minus T1. What is T3? 4x plus 3. So it's 4x plus 3 minus 5x minus 2. You all agree with that? Be a bracket, yes. Why must there be a bracket? Because it's more than one term following a negative sign. Okay? Carry on. It's going to be T2. 5x minus 2 minus 3x minus 1. Okay. So what do we have to do now? Now we just need to solve for x. Not so. Get rid of this bracket. It's going to be 4x plus 3 minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 5x minus 2 minus 3x plus 1. This is solving for x here. So it's 4x minus 5x. Negative x. You take 5x over, becomes negative 5x. So negative x minus 5x. Negative 6x plus 3x will be negative 3x equals. We start on the side now. Negative 2 plus 1. Negative 1. We're bringing 3 over the equal sign. So negative 1 minus 3. Negative 4. Minus 2. Negative 6. Okay. So divide both sides by negative 3, so x equal to 2. Okay. So here in number 2 we are told, if x equal to 2, it now confirms my answer is correct. If however you got any other answer here, and they tell you x equal to 2, you must use what is given to you. Okay. If x equal to 2, determine the value of the first 3 terms of the sequence, and then determine the nth term of the sequence, or the general term in other words. So what do I do with this x equal to 2? You substitute it wherever you see x in the sequence. So it's going to be 3 times 2. Which 3 times 2? 6 minus 1 is 5. So the next one will be 5 into 2, which is 10 minus 2 is 8. And then the third term is going to be 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 3 is going to give you an answer of 11. Have I answered the question? No, I must still determine the nth term of the sequence, a general term. So what is the general term of an arithmetic sequence? Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1t. So what's your a value? 5. So it's 5 plus n minus 1 times 3. So get rid of the brackets. So it will be 5 plus 3n minus 3. So it's going to be 3n plus. There's a general term of the sequence, and we can test it. We can work for term 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. Or we can test for term 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, and so on. Okay. So there we have the general term now. The next question with regards to this example, it says, so of course we need the general term. Determine the value of the 15th term. Determine the value of the 15th term. So what is 15 now in this case? What is 15? The n. Not so. So in other words, I'm working out T15. So what do we have? 3 times 15 plus 2. What's 3 times 15? 45. 45 plus 2? 47. So that means to say that the 15th term of the sequence is equal to 47. Or if you extend this by 15 terms, extended by 12 terms, sorry, then the 15th term will have a value of 47. Makes sense? The next question says, which term has a value of 302? So what does that mean? That means to say that that's going to be the nth term. Or if the sequence continues, which term number will have a value of, or which sequence, term number will have a value of 302. Since now we're saying that this Tn is equal to 302, what is Tn also equal to? 3n plus 2. I'm getting it from the from number 2. When I worked out the general term, so it's going to be 3n plus 2 is equal to 302. Now it just becomes a matter of solving for n here. So n is equal to 100. That means to say, therefore, the 100th term of the sequence will be a value of 300. Okay, it's very simple. Huh? So look at number 5. Is 150 a term in the sequence? Justify your answer fully. So in other words, that is again what? Our Tn value. So Tn is equal to a plus, no, I already got the general term. It's going to be 3n plus 2. Okay, so what do I now say? 150 is equal to 3n plus 2. If I get over the equal sign, it becomes 148 is equal to 3. Divided by 3 both sides, so it is equal to 14 is 12 is 4, carry 2, 27 is 9 and a third. Or 49.33, instead of 49.3 recurring. Can that be an answer to your solution? No. So, since n has to be an element of natural numbers, therefore, or you can say therefore, Tn will never be equal to 150, or there's no term in the sequence that will have a value of 150. Okay, you guys understand? So with that, you should be able to do exercise 1. Alright.